Podcast.
And then of course you have podcasts.
Podcast. Knock.
Podcast. And the interesting thing about podcast is podcast.
Did you hear the one about the podcast?
No, I didn't.
It's podcast.
It was a sequel to Podcast.
What?
Podcast.
Now in theaters.
Podcast 2, the podcast for podcasts.
And for kids, we've got podcasting.
Look, Mom, podcast. I know, honey.
So, just in case nobody knew, we are actually doing a podcast.
What?
Podcast.
I didn't sign up for this shit.
Nelly, you literally came down here, pulled open your laptop,
there was gonna be
opened up
drama.
your earphones, put them on.
I thought we were playing a game.
It was pretend podcast time.
Yeah.
I'm really good at podcasts.
We're in our 30s and we like to play podcasts.
It's like you get a bottle of wine, you drink that shit up, girl. It's because it's wine o'clock somewhere.
The Californians.
More like it's podcast o'clock somewhere.
And then you get your best gal pals and you just like veg and you chill out.
So you do, Dan? Do you get your best gal pals?
I was about to say, I don't think I have gal pals. I used to when I was younger, and then they started hating me.
Oh, you're a boy. Ew.
And the disease spread.
You have a penis.
I just can't like right now.
I got some gal pals at work.
Yeah.
Who
What's that?
We'll give it.
Had 'em made.
Oh, I was
Sorry.
talking.
Podcast.
Podcast. Speaking of podcasts, this is the Don't Look Under the Bed podcast.
No, it's not.
Speaking of podcasts, this is the Don't Look Under the Podcast podcast.
There you go.
The things for all podcast and podcasting.
It's hot down here.
You know what? It actually is.
Should I open that window?
You can.
While you're doing that, I'm going to do the intro like I was
Okay.
doing before you interrupted me.
Twice.
We are the Don't Look Under the Bed podcast for all things comedy and horror. I'm one of your podcast hosts, Dan Wonder. Next to me is...
Let that fresh air in, Natalie Rose.
Next to her is...
Vinny Rose.
And Nick is on assignment today. That assignment being sleep. Do we know where Nick is?
I thought he was with you.
Did you see me show up with anyone else?
Yes.
I thought he was with you.
I thought he was in your Burger King bag.
So fuck you. That Burger King was amazing. God damn, that Burger King. Whoa. It's just so good. It's horrible for you though, and it gives you the farts for the rest of the day.
We're on a 2-week diet now.
Waking up gives you the farts for the rest of the day.
I hate it when that happens.
Your nephew Kane.
He rips them.
Dan
He rips them
part
and slips
two.
them.
Rips the funky.
He does the whole butt cheek lift and like shoots it at you while you're driving him.
He learned that from his old unk.
Yeah, we know. I am well aware. I call him Daniel 2.0.
Daniel 2.0.
Fart 0.20, whatever.
TBD. Nick is on assignment, so we'll have silence fill in for him. So when we ask Nick a question, it'll just show up with nothing, and we'll fill in the stuff later. So and edit, we'll get it in post.
And the answers are always going to be Ryan Gosling.
Before we jump into anything else, we've got
Okay, here in my eye.
our topic today is Florida, and
Florida.
you guys were talking about Florida earlier.
Yeah. Well, okay, so it started because last week I started watching, which I know I'm like way late to the game, but we all know how my Netflixing is. I'm terrible at it.
Rose, you're late again. Sorry, coach.
Just get in there.
I got my period.
Yeah, we knew that day would come. Mom would be proud to talk to you. So I started watching.
God.
Got him.
Got him.
I started watching that Marie Kondo.
Okay, this is the chick. Just I'll fill in the blanks here because I don't know what this really is. Is it she's a tidier?
Yes.
And she's Japanese.
And she's adorable. She Vinny or Vance, whatever. So I would always say I'd want to put her in my pocket and feed her crackers because he says that about like all little tiny girls.
That's not okay.
Why?
I don't know.
It's cute. He does it in like a non-weird way.
That
if you can
saying
make that
is weird. Like
you guys are weird. Kill
In
strange.
my shirt pocket, feed her crackers.
But no, she is because we're trying to become. I don't know, not like a full minimalist lifestyle, but like change the way that we live.
There's no way you guys could do that. Like full minimalism.
No, not
like
with
monkish.
no, not to that
I
extent.
don't think anyone
but
in the States can. Unless
I
you're
think I
homeless.
know a lot of people go through that. We got to have to get rid of all the shit in this house before I blow it up, type thing. Not that we have we used to have a lot more stuff, but we have definitely purged down a lot. But we're in the process. So I want to keep that continuing. So she's like, you got to go room by room, throw all the shit in the middle, and then. Wait, she didn't say it like that. She's like more precious.
I thought this chick was cute and Japanese.
Yeah, she is a precious. So the Americanized Natalie version is throw all the shit in the middle, but you're supposed to say, "Oh wow, that's not okay." You're supposed to say, like when you go through your clothes, you're supposed to thank the item for being with you, and then you're supposed to put it in the discard pile if you don't want it anymore. Like if it doesn't bring you joy, yeah, you're supposed to thank your item. And then you fold everything like this certain way so they all look like little folded envelopes. And then you put them in your drawer like a filing cabinet. It's the coolest thing. So I did it with his shirts. I didn't get rid of any because I want him to do that. And so I was texting him. I'm like, I did through your shirt drawer and I was able to take some more out of the closet and put it in. But I need you to go through these. And anything that you don't want anymore that doesn't bring you joy, you need to get rid of because it's called the KonMari method. And so he replies back with the song. How's that go there?
So have you seen Golden Girls?
Yeah, of course.
What's this Golden Girls? That
I'm
sounds
30.
Really, that's
So
Four.
I pulled my shirt out of the closet and I went, "Thank you for being a shirt. Put you on when I go to work. Your V-neck not crew, and I smile when I put you on." Bum, bum, bum. Big chorus. And when you're in the laundry with the other dogs because you're blue, you would see the other shirts in the machine. Oh, they all have tags that say, "Thank you for being a shirt." While I was standing in the closet, I wrote
Oh
this
my
in
God.
head.
Yes.
That's terrible.
So I did it with his pants. He's still got to go through some of those, which he doesn't have a whole lot of pants, but mostly
for
shirts. He
being
went through
my
his socks
pants.
yesterday. I'm like, this is working.
All right, so you know I'm going to trash this, right? Not the song. The song was great.
After I went through my socks, though, and got rid of all the ones that were either mismatched or had holes in them, I still have 40 pairs of socks.
Yeah. Because what happens is when you live, not that we live like our house isn't a shithole by any means. Like we try to take care of it as best we can. But when you have stuff, you just buy more stuff because you're like, I can't find this item. And then you're like, oh, I'll just go buy this. Or he's like, I need more socks. And it's like, no.
No.
I threw away a bunch yesterday. And then, you save, like, we're going to save some for like rags and stuff, like some old shirts. Just because he works on cars all the time. He's always got oil all over his hands. So.
And old socks work really good to steep tea.
Sometimes if they have holes in them, the little leaves come out, so it doesn't
Gross.
work.
Oh my
Was that wrong?
God.
So, I don't know if I've talked
you
about
want a
this
cup?
on here before, but one time I made your sister throw up at the casino. We were not her.
You think
your
you
other
did say
sister.
this before.
We were all over at the buffet, and she's got a weird thing about milk.
Yeah, she doesn't. Yeah,
And
we
so-
all do actually.
Yep.
That's
So-
everybody in the family except for Brandon.
But somebody spilled their milk,
Mhm.
and then the bus boy comes over and he's cleaning it up. I said they recycle that. What they do is they wring that rag out into a
Oh my God!
bucket.
No.
Yeah, I was.
No!
I was in the bathroom, so I missed all this. Oh, he's really gagging.
Stop. Because yeah, you put the joke there, but my brain is stupid enough to go, look at all the things you can do with it. It's like a puppy that doesn't know what it's just chewing on everything. Yeah, and it's like, what if somebody drank it? What if somebody fed it to a baby? Like,
Here's your milky poos. Nom, 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 nom.
why is it all gray and it's foamy?
Why is there hair in it?
That's
You gotta love cows.
I don't.
I wonder if cows ever say, "He squeezed my udder. How dare he?"
So this method though, that of thanking everything that you have, who is that serving?
It serves you because it's supposed to get rid of things that don't bring joy into your life, that are just like, this is too much. I can't handle this mess.
She thanked me yesterday.
I was about to make a people comment.
I wrapped him up in a bag and I put him on the curb.
The lady said, "Embrace your mistakes," and then Natalie hugged me.
Oh man,
classic. It's a classic. I like the method, and his drawers look wonderful.
You want to see them?
No, not those.
Not those drawers.
Vance pulls out his underwear. Well, I guess it's time to let you guys go. It's like just flies.
Thanks, undies.
You can see the green stain lines and everything.
Ah, geez, got the stink lines and everything.
One thing that I didn't do though is thank all of my socks.
Yeah,
No.
I would never fucking do this. Like, this sounds like just throw your shit away. You don't have to thank everything.
But it's spiritual, Dan.
No, it serves nothing. Just put it like the rest of it tidying up and
There
stuff
goes
like that.
Dan hating on
All
everything
right,
again.
yeah, I fucking warned you. So you
I
know,
fucking warned you.
Let's have it, Dan. Lay it on us.
I'm just saying. Why I get folding? Like
Oh,
that.
the way that she has you folding this stuff, it's like, if anybody's done this, let us know, because I did find joy in seeing how beautiful everything was, like, stacked in his little drawer. I was like, oh, this is good stuff. Clap, clap, clap. Like,
No, I'm talking about throwing things away.
yeah.
Like putting stuff away, being tidy. That's something that is super beneficial for a lot of people. But thanking each and every thing that you have, it just sounds like a lot of work.
Thank you, empty ketchup packet.
Yeah.
No, it's not like that.
What did you?
Stuff that's actually not like just something that you have, but an actual possession
Oh,
that you've got use out of. I can see where it would help your psyche getting rid of it and thanking it.
that's what. Don't tell me she don't sound like that.
We continue.
Bobby Lee does, but Bobby Lee does it
Oh my
really.
God,
His
he's
bass sung.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't think I could ever go through with that. Like, if I don't want something, I just throw it away.
See, the
Or try to
people's
give it to
houses on
somebody.
the shows are like, ours is like nowhere near the scale of, because obviously they're picking
Yeah,
the
it's a
worst
nicer
houses.
hoarders, basically, right? I mean,
But
that's
it's like, oh my God, how do you live like that?
what do I do with this cat shit on the floor? You kiss it, and you thank it for being
You
with
send
you.
it to heaven.
You send it to heaven. It just floats away.
No, they have, like, our problem is definitely not this bad, but it's like, I don't know if you guys have noticed this in Omaha, but there's been an uprising of storage units being built.
Is there?
Oh my God, there's
Yeah.
one on, like, it's like a Walmart and CVS, or Walgreens and CVS. There's like a storage unit on every corner now. It's
I
like,
didn't know that.
I don't think we should build more storage units. I think we should stop making less stuff / get rid of crap.
Oh no, we're America. We produce
I-
nothing but hoard everything.
I
Like,
had-
that's what we do.
I had a meltdown in the car yesterday because there's these, we kind of live semi out in the country, but it's not becoming that anymore because they just sold this big plot of land up the street, and they have all these big gorgeous trees, and there's deer that live over there and birds and animals, and they're cutting them all down. So
Now I
I'm-
had seen a fern gully going through her head. with
oh my God. And then we had to pass by it because he and I had to go to the store for something, and I was like, and then I was just like in a foul mood the rest of the day. I'm like, there's no reason to cut all those down.
oh, well,
Like,
then-
save some because they're going to look beautiful in the neighborhood, but no, got to put these houses that all look alike next to each other.
Nebraska is the most regressive,
Ugh.
backward state in the Midwest. We don't do anything right ever. Like so
We fired Bo Pelini. That was right.
Yeah, if it doesn't, see,
This
thing
is
now,
not a soccer
that's,
podcast.
But doesn't that say something though? That's like the soccer podcast. Yeah, this has nothing to do with baseball, so stop it.
Yeah.
Sports
but
ball.
if it doesn't have anything to do with fucking Nebraska playing on the field,
Yeah.
no one gives a shit.
I'm surprised there's trees around the stadium. Just get rid of
Seriously,
those two.
fuck. Might as well plow it for 4 more football fields.
They
I
are
hate
putting
football.
in a new field somewhere.
It's so manly. I hate it.
That has nothing to do with it. Manly things can be great. Football is fucking annoying, and it's mainly because of the fans. Like, seriously.
I don't care about
Get a
the
hold of your
football
fucking
part, but
selves.
I'm like, I'm just mad because they're selling all this land around us. It's like, okay, we don't need another neighborhood where all the houses look exactly the same. Like, we have plenty of that shit. Like,
Join us, Natalie.
no.
Gentrified and true.
No.
They all take their trash at the same time.
Paint your
It's-
split level beige. Do it.
So they're building a new
That's-
training stadium
that's
for
lousy.
Nebraska, and it's $155 million, 350,000 square feet football's training complex.
Cool. Could have done a lot more with a lot less, and
I wonder how the arts program's working out.
or their
Ooh.
cycling program that we don't fucking have.
Yeah.
Yeah. So where we work, we have recycling program that we pay for.
They're trying to be 100%.
And it's
green.
very cool that they do this.
Mm-hmm.
I try to utilize it as much as I can.
Me too.
The hard thing about living in Omaha is that we suck as a state and we don't do anything right. We have no recycling program, so we have to pay for it. Even though I think that you could create a recycling jobs by having people work for it. Now, it's not the most glamorous thing, but you can make, I mean, it's like, I don't know. Nebraska's so backwards.
Actually, we have it better. Where his kids live, they don't recycle at all. They have one recycling place where you take your stuff to in the city, but nobody does it. His kids say they're not going to drive over there with their stuff, and they don't do it either. So, but they do it while they're here at our house because I make them.
Yeah. And
they always ask. Now they're to the point where they're like, "Is this recyclable or is this trash?" I'm like, "Well, this is single-use plastic, so you have to put it in that bag or whatever." But they've become good because we've made them aware in this house.
Yeah, it's bad though. Yeah. Like we're more concentrated on football and our shitty roads, which are important. Obviously, you have to get people to work, but it's like we could be spending our money on so much better things. But whatever, that's not what this podcast is about. So let's talk about Zombieland 2.
Okay, I'm sorry.
That wasn't me that time.
That was me. I'm sorry. I've been
just the gassiest.
No, we've changed our eating habits, so it's like I think all the bad's escaping me. Like burps. I can't even.
Now he wakes up.
Yeah, I'm like,
I'm kind of worried about Zombieland 2.
I think it looks funny. The 2 trailers I've seen, which I'm sure the only 2 are out there, it looks pretty great.
The jokes that they have in it so far, though, look dated. You're welcome, world. Like, I don't know. Sounds kind of old to me, but you know me. I'll give it a chance.
What? It's in a couple weeks? Well, I don't know.
I don't remember.
We'll release this next week, but
I don't remember
the date. There's a few movies coming out. There's one on. It's a Hulu movie, but it's going to theaters for one day, and then like that following week, it's going to be on Hulu. And it's called Little Monsters, but it's not the Little Monsters from the 90s.
With Howie Mandel?
No. It's with Josh Gad and the girl from 12 Years a Slave and Black Panther. I can't remember her name. And it looks really good. It's a zombie comedy, and it looks really funny.
Oh, yeah. It's it's about the little camp that they go to.
Yeah, the kids' camp.
That looks really fun.
It
does. So it's October 11th is when it's going to be on Hulu. So I told him, I'm like, we're not planning anything that night. I really want to watch this. So.
Yeah, there's Zombieland 2 is coming out. Joker's coming out.
Yes,
Little Monsters is coming out. There's Jojo Rabbit, which we talked about, I think last week.
Yeah.
13 Disney remakes next week.
Fuck. Oh, by the way, I watched the Aladdin remake. Did we talk about that last week? Okay, then never mind. I won't trash it again.
You loved it.
It was bad.
You said you only watched like a half hour of it.
No, I watched the whole thing, though.
Oh, you did?
I watched the whole thing afterwards because I've been told that you have to watch something the whole way through to get the whole feel of it. I don't know about that, but I did, and it was still bad. So
you're going to watch it again?
But here's the thing, though. The reason why it's so bad, and I'll give you 2 minutes here. There was like barely any, like, okay, it's really hard to mimic cartoon faces and stuff like that, and their pageantry, and they did all that during the credits, but the rest of the movie was just kind of blah. Like the singing was kind of bad. I know Will Smith isn't some great singer. I don't expect him to be, but like the people they hired otherwise, they should have.
That girl is a great singer.
Naomi Scott.
Yeah,
she's great with a lot of things.
She's super gorgeous too.
Yeah, that's what I meant. But like I figured that they would be a little more slapsticky, and like during the part where it's like one step ahead of the breadline, the whole time they're just kind of walking around. There's no like jumping and doing flips and crazy things like that. Like I don't know, it was just kind of boring, and I don't understand why you even made the genie blue at all. It was better when it was just Will Smith sitting there telling jokes. Like that part worked, but when he was being the comedy, I don't know. That movie was just bad. I don't know. I wish I could have liked it. I really do.
I enjoyed it.
But that's the end of that. So
Joker comes out
October 4th.
Yeah, and then Zombieland comes out the 17th.
I got free tickets to Joker.
Did you really?
Hey,
Yeah.
How'd you get that?
My buddy.
speaking of free
Nice.
tickets, this will air before then. So
Yeah.
This is airing in.
Yeah, let's plug that shit.
we are actually going to Madness Haunted House, or the Madness Haunt in Council Bluffs, Iowa. We'll be there. We will be there October 25th, and we'll have our podcast set up. Come up and say hi to us.
Podcast.
And I'll tell you what, who wants some free tickets?
Who wants free
If you want free tickets, we have a limited amount. Shoot us an email. Let us know why you want the tickets. Why do you think you deserve these tickets?
That's so. What the fuck?
No.
You're gonna make them write into 500-page essay.
Yes.
Yep.
Single spaced.
Dear,
Dear
don't look
hero.
under the bed. This is why I deserve those tickets.
It's a big crayon.
It's spelled with like backwards R's and lowercase a's and shit.
Scary.
They're writing a fucking 4-hour essay for a $10 ticket.
They gave us the tickets to give away, which is really great. So thank you, Madness Haunted House, for helping us promote
And
us to promote you. And
Being super accommodating.
yeah, they were
and,
really cool. Vinny and I had to go pick them up, and they were trying to, they're trying to hustle and bustle and get ready to open. And, they told us, like, come at this time. And so we showed up, and Vinny helped them put up a sign. And the cast was in a meeting, and I'm like, this looks so much fun to do. I wish I had the time to be an actor in the haunted house.
I wonder what their meeting is like. Okay, guys, we're gonna scare people. That's
Yeah,
important.
he was going over like telling them, okay, so this works and this didn't work, so let's try to do it this way to get the most, because they want to give their guests the best experience.
He's got the chalkboard. He's got the X's and the O's. You're gonna move around here. You're gonna button hook back. You're gonna go left. All right, this is what I want Stacy to come in. Stacy, where are you?
They're all down on one knee, like listening intently.
Break.
The one guy's still getting his
we
shoulder
play
pads on. I'm sorry, coach. He comes running, he trips.
So it should be pretty fun. I'm gonna give a little spoiler out. The podcast that we're doing that night is gonna be on phobias.
Yeah, that'd be a good topic for that night.
And it hasn't been confirmed yet, but B Wonder might be stopping by.
Oh shit!
He's gonna try to. He's got something else going on that night, but he'll be in town.
Magic.
He will be on an episode, if not that one. He did commit to a different one, didn't he? I
He
think
doesn't
so.
know it yet, but I'm sure he did.
I thought we talked to him about it. It's B Wonder, so it's like you got to call his secretary. She's got to call her secretary
wait.
to book this
Brandon's
guy.
got two
We were
secretaries.
supposed to call him, weren't we?
Yeah. While he's doing that, since we plugged our shit, I'm gonna plug another thing. This past weekend, I went to a launch party of a movie trailer that I was a part of for a comic book called Lenny Vernon, Badass Trucker. It's made by an Omaha crew from Omug Comics. They write it and they draw it, they do everything for it. So we made a little movie.
That's cool.
And I was just played an extra. I wasn't anything great in it. You saw me for 2 seconds.
No small part, just
But I'm not small though, Nelly. I'm huge.
Teensy.
But I want to thank them for letting me be a part of it once again, and also their 7th issue of Lenny Vernon Badass Trucker is coming out October 19th, and I promised them that I would give them some airtime. So
Now, what is this about?
Lenny Vernon is a trucker on the road, and his hijinks are ensued by everything from vampires to douchebag zombies to he's fighting crackhead luchadors in the next issue, I believe, or drugged up luchadors.
This sounds really
Demon
up my
luchadors,
alley.
Sorry, it's really fun.
How many episodes?
How many?
Or no?
Comics?
Yeah.
This is their 7th issue. So it takes them a while to make one because it's only 3 people. So they have to draw, they have to write it, they have to but it's all local. And
is it online for sale? Can you tell her? Because I don't know where to get it.
Yeah, you go to omugcomics.com, or you can go to Lenny, search Lenny Vernon.
What are you saying? Omug?
OMUG, Omug.
I would have never guessed that until you spelled it. So.
Omug Comics. But yeah, they're good dudes, and I just want to thank them. And October 19th is when they drop. So Vance, what do you got?
Also, we were talking about the haunted house that we're going to go to and do an episode. If you get a chance, check out their commercial. It was shot by a good friend of mine, Seth Jones. He's been doing a lot with photography and videography, and he's got a podcast of his own. It's called Nerf Herders Assemble.
Oh man,
And
that's good.
It's really really nerdy and fun, and check it out if you get a chance. And check out his Instagram and stuff too. He does a lot of work with like Spotlight Omaha for a lot of band shoots and stuff. So,
He does really good photography.
yeah, check him out.
Oot.
And the podcast is fun to listen to. After you listen to Don't Look Under the Bed.
Yeah, it's Don't Look Under the Bed Pocket. Please listen.
All right,
Well, you tried.
Let's see.
I don't
here.
know if he's gonna. He probably forgot.
He probably, if he knows it's us, he's not going to answer.
Hello.
Hello. Is it game time there yet?
Is he watching the Husker game?
Probably knowing him, yeah. Or he's playing Astral Chain or Nintendo Switch.
Yeah.
He's not answering. Eluded us.
Your call is forwarded to an automatic voice message system.
Brandon.
40.
Oh, shit. Stop. Almost gave V's phone number out.
Man, you guys are so close to getting the perfect phone number.
Ladies
Even saying it just brings tears to my eyes.
and gentlemen.
and gentleman.
Tell him.
I don't. Nick's not here, so I don't have anybody to talk to on the side either.
No.
So.
What's up, Hud?
I don't remember.
Damn it. All right, we'll think of it. I'll text it to you.
Yeah, I remember you saying you got to tell Dan that.
Yeah. But shoot, now I forgot what I was really gonna say.
Ooh.
God damn, it was relevant to our haunted house conversation. I feel like we're more energized. We're recording in the morning, which is not normal for us.
No.
And so I feel like
I'm energized as fuck.
I am too.
I'm with it, as the
with
kids
it.
say.
Quick endorsement for B. We got new shoes.
Yeah, you told me that outside.
They're Hoka 11s.
I've never heard of this.
I didn't either until I started
They're
researching
like,
them.
every step you take, they hug your foot.
Every step you
Like,
take.
Soft, warm hugs.
On your feet?
Yes.
Don't even touch my feet.
I showed him that.
No.
I have no one to talk to over here, so it's
Nick?
just me. It's just me looking at them.
You said it last night. Bring it in organically, though.
I don't remember.
Oh, okay.
Guys, we're doing a podcast.
Jesus Christ, I really forgot what I was going to say, and it was...
I thought we were going to start the show.
We can, but I'll think of it later, because it was relevant to the haunted house thing. I can't think of it.
I think October is our busiest time to do live shows for
October is, and then he and I are booked up for November because we're doing...
Just booked up.
Yeah, it's just like...
Weird to say that, but...
I know. And then you have the holidays coming up.
Santa Claus coming.
Did you last?
Fuck song was that?
It came to my head.
New...
Did you hear our the
Did you
intro
hear?
that I mixed for our Christmas episode?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
Okay. I
remember
work,
what I did.
I work here too. I heard it.
Sometimes you just.
I did it.
Sometimes I don't think you pay attention, Dan, and it hurts.
Natalie, so what's our topic for today?
Oh, we're still doing Flora. I just put Listerine in my mouth before we started this, and I feel like
Listerine.
Mr. Feeney.
I feel like my lips are like cracked and dry.
What was Boy Meets World's last name? Mr. Andrews? No, it was the
Corey
Matthews.
Mr. Matthews.
Yeah. Oh.
Did you have a crush on Topanga?
Fuck, we talk about this like all the time on
Yeah.
the podcast. Of course
Yeah.
I did. With those big ass lips.
Your ex-brother-in-law used to call her Topangaroo. It's like she was my Topangaroo back in the day. I'm like, ugh, Turkleton, don't say that.
Danielle Fishel.
Yeah,
Oh,
she's still pretty.
Yes, she is.
Yeah, there's a pretty lady.
Hey, pretty lady.
I'm watching.
Sophisticated woman.
Okay, let's get started. Let's go to Florida. We've now pulled over and died, apparently. Wow. Florida might be another two-part. These states things are so fun. This was a good idea I had. like myself too. We're just gonna do like our hauntings, a little bit of UFOs, some
God.
cryptozoology,
See what happens. It's gonna be fun.
and informative.
No, I heard it wasn't informative.
Who said that?
Who said that?
We are informative.
Hey, if I
We are
gotta
life
pick one or
changers.
the other, I'd rather be fun.
Really? I'd
think
rather
so.
be informative. At
I'm
least
sure
I'm
you
learning something, you
I'd
know?
rather be funformative.
You'd rather be a Mormon?
Infunitive.
Formative. Can't say it. Okay, so let's start with the haunted place. This is called Devil's Tree Oak in Hammock Park, Port St. Lucie.
That's a long name.
Yeah, well, it's Devil Tree's Oak that's in Hammock Park in Port St. Lucie.
In the world, on Earth, in the universe, in the Milky Way, in the Andromeda Galaxy.
And then in the atmosphere, in the Earth core and crust.
In reality, in the Matrix.
Love the Matrix. Go ahead, Natalie. Shut up, Dan.
No follow up to that. Okay. Located on a dirt trail in Oak Hammock Park in the early 1970s.
Hold on. Natalie, the way you said that, located on a dirt trail in Oak Hammock Park. Dude, that was...
I didn't even mean to do that.
That was awesome. Yes. Kevin?
I just see like a nut on a hammock.
Swinging. Come on in,
Or
guys.
a little tree on a hammock. Okay.
We're a little nutty in here, but come on in. Ding, ding. Oh, I was going to ask you before. That's what it was. Nothing to do with the haunted house. Did you get the new Zelda?
No, I didn't.
Are you gonna?
I don't really have money for video games right now.
Oh, you're too rich buying
no,
all your
I had
Bentleys
to-
and shit.
I had to buy new shoes, and those cost a pretty penny because it was like $80 for 2 pairs. What?
I just spent which I never spend this kind of money on shoes, but the ones that he was talking about, they were like $150.
Well, so my shoes are synthetic. So like they're not made with real leather, so they don't last as long.
Oh yeah,
And
these are not leather shoes.
Best shoes Walmart has to offer.
Hey, the last pair of shoes I got that were
No.
new, I got them at a garage sale, and the lady never wore them. They
They
were
were
$5.
nice.
So I'm frugal as shit when it comes to that kind of stuff because I don't care.
So
I
I
have
usually
to have mine special ordered most of the time because I wear like a fucking size 27 double wide.
they're 2 trailers.
That sounds like a trailer.
My dad used to call my shoes gunboats.
No, I didn't. I don't think I'm gonna buy it for a while. Once Animal Crossing comes out,
Oh, it's done.
Last of Us 2, I might buy Gears of War 5. I don't have money for that stuff right now.
yeah, Animal
I'm
Crossing.
fucking
I won't.
broke.
Yeah,
Borderlands 3 is fun.
I'm not gonna get into that.
Of course.
Animal Crossing can't not come fast enough.
I seriously, it
I
really
was
can't.
like, man, I wish they would just be like, just kidding for Christmas. Animal Crossing, it's coming out. It's like,
Oh, ding dong, ding dong.
yes. You can come to our Animal Crossing party, everyone.
Eek.
Welcome to shit. Watch your step. Eek, eek.
You can't get over that, can
Yo,
you?
that shit was funny. God. It looks so good.
And all those bells I could be having.
Oh, and now you get to craft items in this one.
Yeah,
We're having an
which
Animal
is kinda
Crossing
weird.
party like the day it comes out, where everybody's gonna bring their Switch over to A-Town's house, and
Oh, really? I was
told
invited.
I did tell you about this, so don't act like that because I fucking told you about this. But we're gonna have island foods and island drinks, and then we're all gonna build our towns up.
Oh, that's pretty. No, that sounds like fun.
Yeah, we invited
Oh my
you,
God,
so
I didn't know about this though.
yeah, you were invited.
Was it? Is it in the chat?
I had to get a new phone because I put my phone in my purse last week and I swung my purse over my steering wheel and my phone flew out and it landed face down. I'm like, oh, it looks okay.
Face
Nope.
down in the
Turned it
dirt.
over and it was completely shattered all over the screen,
She
and then the
says
side
that
broke
it
off.
Doesn't hurt.
Did you do something different with your hair, Dan?
It's growing. I need to cut it again.
No, your face looks rounder.
Yeah, let's just start the podcast. please.
That was rude.
No, I'm.
You know, it's okay. I get it.
Why would you say that?
He says a lot of mean things to me. He doesn't mean it. He gets frustrated with me sometimes.
Okay,
He knows I love him.
we're going back to Florida after that comment.
Ah.
Don't snot all over the microphone. Go be sad somewhere else. All right, so
Vinny, be nice to my piece of shit brother.
Yeah, really.
all right, so back to Florida. In the early 1970s, the site of gruesome murders, it is said to be possessed by evil spirits. Legend says that there are several attempts have been made to cut down the tree over the years. Park visitors claim that they have seen figures in dark hoods performing satanic rituals near the tree. Was it they try to cut it down thing? Yeah,
it's like I just imagine them going like, "Hey, Bob,
Yeah.
I got this brand new saw. I'm gonna try it on this tree. Why don't you go on the other side and try to catch it, or tell me what's going on?"
I don't think it's working over here.
All right, I'm gonna try this. Try to have just piano wire. I'm gonna try that too.
Not so much.
All right, I'm gonna try yelling at it. Hey, tree!
There it goes.
All it took was a little bit of firm yelling.
It's like, all right.
God, it just lays down all soft and gentle.
If
I'm
nobody's
scared.
around to hear me, I'm still gonna make a sound.
Sure, you guys bitch about it, but did any of you help me?
Leave me alone.
I'm really branching out.
I'm tired of you guys just barking orders at me.
You guys don't know my roots.
Oh my God. Any more?
We could branch out into all kinds of different
No,
jokes.
you've already used it.
That tree's a little nutty.
It didn't say what it is. It didn't say what kind of tree it is actually.
It was a
Brown one.
But it had green leaves on it.
lettuce
Typical.
tree.
Oh, a lettuce tree?
Green leaves are on the trees.
It was a potato tree.
What?
It just delivers bags of Lay's.
That's like a Skittles commercial.
Oh man!
you
Oh
know?
yeah, I remember that.
It's they grow on the trees.
What if there was like a tree and it gave you bags of chips, and then there was like a fucking dip pond next to it?
Oh man!
You're living in Willy Wonka land
Yeah,
at that
everybody gets their
point.
nasty fingers and toes in the pond.
Cannonball.
I got dip up my butt.
This is more like fondant.
Yeah. I wouldn't be anywhere near that.
All right, Ellie. Sorry, go ahead.
Dirty fingernails.
All right, calm down. Calm down.
I can't.
It doesn't exist. It doesn't exist.
Yeah. All right. So park visitors claim they have seen figures in dark hoods performing satanic rituals near the tree.
Maybe we should go back to nights.
I couldn't get the joke out.
Oh, that was funny. The noise you made, bro.
All right.
man.
Sorry.
Oh, in the 90s, the priest was said to perform an exorcism on the tree.
What?
Such a 90s thing to do.
They watched Friends and then they went and did it.
That's 25 years old this year. I think is their anniversary, by the way. That's what I read.
They're apparently supposed to come out with something new for that show, like a wrap up season,
I thought it ended fine.
No, so did I. I actually been going back and watching it.
Yeah, I saw that. I like Friends.
Could I be wearing any more clothes?
Oh, Chandler.
Oh, come on.
People have said that they've seen ghosts hanging from the tree as well.
Mm.
There's like little monkeys just hanging around.
Ook, ook.
Watch yourself, eek eek.
I've never heard a monkey make that noise.
Eek eek.
Does the owl go hoot or does it go hoo?
I don't know.
Wow.
Oh, I see that. Okay. Haunted places, Coral Castle, southern part of Miami-Dade County. Coral Castle. A mystery surrounds the sculpture garden. This place looks really neat. Look this up online. It's called Coral Castle. It's in Miami. You're hacking the internet, dude. I saw her with all that tapping. So mystery surrounds the sculpture garden. It's quarried, cut, transported, and constructed by Edward Leeds Scotland.
Sounds like a serial killer name.
I hope it is.
Okay.
In the I put 19040. So
Yeah, he's living in the year 2999.
Time keeps on slipping into the future. So in the 1940s, he was around 5 feet tall, weighing in just around 100 pounds. So
He's
no
a
one,
leprechaun.
yeah,
Like-
that's really small.
Yeah,
No one actually ever saw him working on the sculptures, but because of the size and the weight of the stones, many people believe that aliens helped Edward with construction.
What?
Others, let me finish here. Other
All right.
people Others believed he possessed magical powers.
He's a leprechaun.
You know how
Yeah.
aliens like manual labor.
Yeah, they come down. They're like, all right, Bob, I'm going to make this statue over here. Want it here.
Bleep, nip, noobin.
That means get to work in alien speak.
Is that what your language is called? Alien speak?
It is.
You're
It's a
not-
Rosetta Stone. Just you can buy that one separately.
Fly over and get the wheelbarrow. Okay.
It's like they have to transport with their mind because they're like little aliens and they can't lift the wheelbarrow. It's too big. All right, so when they asked about it, he would say he knew the secrets to build the pyramids, and if he could learn it, you could too.
In just 20 minutes a day, you can be the best pyramid builder of the earth.
I could build pyramids just like you.
Yes, you can. In
I don't
just
believe
20
it.
minutes a day for only $5.99.99 a
minutes?
month. Yes.
Where do I sign up?
Right here.
Call 1-800.
But nope. that's we fired her. Don't listen to her.
Oh, I'm over a different rock pyramid. I got a new job. These
Thank you.
aliens are cooler.
Thank you for calling Learn to Build the Pyramids, booksontaped.com.
Yeah, I was actually just I heard you could do it in 20 minutes.
If you, it's guaranteed limited money back.
Sir, are you okay?
Are you reading from a script or?
But I'll tell you what.
Screen stuttering.
We're currently running a promotion that puts me in a drawing for a trip to Florida. So if you buy two, we'll only charge you double.
Honey, do we need 2 of these?
Yes.
She said yes.
What's wrong with my wife?
Please.
Sorry, I was talking to my wife, not the demon that lives next
Sir,
to her.
Oh,
Yes,
honey.
sorry. Go ahead.
are you going to buy these?
Yes, I will buy 2 of them.
Okay, I'll charge you for 6, though.
Wait,
Have a good rest
hold
of your
on.
day.
That's
You didn't even get his credit card information.
seriously, you're the worst telemarketer ever.
I already have it.
Wait, what?
It's still on file from the joys of mashed potatoes.
Okay, we gotta go.
He has on file from your aesthetics purchase.
Yeah.
Same company does everything.
Sir, just to verify your identity, can you answer a couple of quick questions for me?
Sure, I guess I have time.
What month did you buy butt Play-Doh from Aesthetics?
Okay, we gotta go. I gotta go feed my kids. My mom's in the oven. I got a pizza. I gotta call. I gotta go.
Thank you for calling booksontake.com. Have a good rest of your day.
Breath of your day. Yep.
Nope,
Mhm.
that just happened.
Case on.
Case on. Okay. So the castle includes 9-ton gate.
We're never gonna finish this
No,
podcast.
it is no. That's okay. We're at ADD this morning. I think. I know I am.
I
I've
had
just been
Burger
like,
King. I'm all hopped up on the.
We had
I'm all
eggs
hopped
and
up on the
bacon.
hash brown.
I'm all hopped
I'm
up
all
on-
jacked up on
We
the
had
quick.
bacon and eggs.
You have bacon and eggs.
Yes.
Oh man. Yeah.
Eggs, bacon, and toast. Eggs, bacon, and toast. Why don't you start your day the Gurgitch way with eggs, bacon, and
Toast.
That's how they did it in the show too.
yeah,
Toast.
she's like toast.
His daughters are all beautiful. So this is why I'm like, I like it when they're like, you got to be nice to him because he did something, but oh yeah, he was robbed or whatever,
Yeah.
but he really wasn't. So he like bends over, farts, splits his pants. Oh god, I'm so sorry. All right. So the castle includes a 9-ton gate that moves with just a touch of a finger.
What?
And a Polaris telescope and a functioning rocking chairs, all made of stone. Like I said, look this place up online.
A functioning rocking chair made of stone.
Mm-hmm. This place looks really cool.
Huh.
I would like to go visit this. So cryptozoology. We're gonna talk about skunk ape, which I think we've touched on before.
Skunk ape?
Yeah,
I don't think we've talked about that before.
I thought we did in the cryptozoology episode,
I remember that.
but I don't remember. Also known as the swamp cabbage man. I couldn't even get it out. I tried. Swamp cabbage man.
What's your special power? I'm made of cabbage.
I'm good for you.
I have a lot of vitamin A.
Swamp ape, stink ape, Florida Bigfoot.
What'd you call me?
I called you a Florida Bigfoot, stink swamp ape cabbage man. The Mayak ape and swamp squatch.
Swamp squatch.
Yeah. It's named for its appearance and an unpleasant odor that is said to accompany it. Common reports were in the 60s and 70s of people seeing it. In 74, a sighting of a large, foul-smelling, hairy ape-like creature which ran up tight or upright on 2 legs was reported in suburban neighborhoods of Dade County, Florida. You can see photos of it online, and they're non-realistic, but they're pretty funny. Haunted places, Villa Paula in Little Haiti. Built in 1925, the primary residence of Consul Domingo Milord and his wife, Paula.
You nailed that.
Did I?
You got it. You nailed it. Usually you stutter and you're like, I can't do it.
My brain, like when I read, my brain, my mouth goes so much faster than my brain, or it's the other way around. Yeah. I'm like the Hot Wheels guy. That's what it feels like sometimes.
It's Matchbox cards.
The Matchbox car guy.
Yeah.
Like, that's what it feels like sometimes when I'm reading. I'm like, even when I type, I'm like, okay, so the house was named after Paula, and it's 18th century architecture. It's a beautiful home. It's gorgeous. There's pictures of it online. It has 10 rooms. It's got 18-foot ceilings, hand-painted tile floors, and Tuscan columns.
Hand-painted tile floors?
Yeah, it's beautiful.
How does somebody, do they just put a roller on the floor and then, like, I don't understand.
They would, a lot of, like, the hand-painted stuff is actually hand-painted with a brush.
Oh.
And then they put, like, a lacquer over it so it doesn't, obviously, wipe the paint up.
Put so much damn lacquer on that thing.
Yeah, especially for when this was built. I don't know what they would have used. It would have had to have been something probably like
Carrot
super,
juice.
yeah, super potent, I would assume. So after 6 years of living there, Paula died unexpectedly from complications of a leg amputation. Witnesses now say they can hear footsteps, doors, and windows slam. They can smell Cuban coffee in the air and apparitions of a woman in a full-length gown. Now known as the most haunted house in Miami, a change in ownership in 2003 and a renovation in the house is now used as an art gallery exhibiting a few Picassos and a Renoir sketch plus more. So even now it looks really cool, like with all the paintings. I don't know shit about art, but I guess there's some really nice stuff in there. I don't get it. I don't see how. I'm not like a big into the abstract art.
Yeah.
I don't see why anybody would pay millions of dollars for a triangle overlapping a square.
From what I understand, and I don't know much about art either, but from what I understand is it's how it's supposed to, if it makes you feel something, then it's good. I don't know. I don't get it either.
I guess I don't ever feel anything then. Like my feels are broken because I look at that stuff and I'm like, bleh. Like I did that in kindergarten. I probably have an old picture.
Like minimalist art is supposed to make you feel like complete or
What
whole.
would be minimalist art?
Like a square in the middle of a white painting.
No.
Like that's it. Like it's. I don't
That'd be
get
$6
it either.
million.
But then again, art is nebulous, or as Michael Scott says, nebulos. And yeah, I was talking to somebody the other day about Picasso, and I was like, yeah, I mean his paintings are cool looking, and if that's as far as it goes, then that's as far as it goes. I've never really felt something like towards a painting with a lot of dots on it or splash marks or anything like that. It looks cool, and that's about it. Like I can't sit there and be like, oh, it makes me feel like I'm home.
Yeah.
Like I don't get it.
Yeah, I don't either.
Maybe I'm a simpleton.
Maybe we just don't feel like we need to be like oh, I understand what this is.
Yeah.
No, you fucking don't.
Well, like, you know, I try to do that with stories and stuff like that. Like, you don't get it, but I mean, I don't know. I feel like if you're making a piece of art and it doesn't look like anything, then it's just it's like, okay, that looks pretty cool. I like the colors, and that's about it.
Yeah.
But if you're sitting there like analyzing
no,
it
it's
for hours,
it like gets into your soul. It's
Yeah,
like, it like
I don't-
represents you when you were a small child
yeah.
and like your parents weren't beating you at
it
that
makes
time.
beating me.
But now like you're an adult and you're like, I look back on this, I'm like, they really did beat the shit out of me. I was bad.
Now look at my bangs.
I just gotta wear my little beret and walk out.
Beret.
All right, aliens in Bradenton, Florida. A group of people were outside having a dinner party when they saw a bright light that was red and barely pulsating in the sky. It went east, moving rapidly. There was no sound, and then it turned south. Like, I guess it turns south like super
They
abruptly.
all do that.
Yes.
Don't they all do that? Like,
I'm sure it was spinning too. It stayed level and then turned slightly left and then up slightly after that. So it's kind of like a Tetris piece.
It's like a drunk driver.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Wait, which way south? Okay, go to Arizona. No, that's not it. Bill, turn it around.
Can we go to New York?
The controls are broken. I don't know what's going on with this thing.
Bleep, blah, blah, blah.
Blarb, blarb.
They speak the same languages as other aliens.
Back.
They want us to go do some work. It then shot off and disappeared in a second. It was visible for about 20 to 30 seconds, they said. And then they all said, like, all their stories collaborated. The night was clear and warm with a very light wind. That's what it said. So I had to put that in there. So everybody knows the
UFOs
weather
to the east, and you're going to have a big bunch of lights coming down the southwest. Bob, back to you.
It's like smiley suns all over the map, and then the alien ship spinning around. And then, like, the little wind guy is blowing the alien ship.
He's all angry with his, like, eyebrows centered towards his
big
nostrils.
gusts pushing the alien ship down south. It's and the cartoons are graphed, like they're animated, so you see the alien ship go down on the map. I want to go into meteorology. I'm in the wrong profession.
We need to get a green screen.
Oh,
Vance,
we do need a green screen.
so we can make skits like that.
Oh man, just watching the cloud, and then a tornado comes in and it like spins the alien ship back to that other blowing cloud, and it like gets stuck in the middle.
But then they just keep adding stuff on, so it's like
it makes no sense.
Giant cat like
laser eyes shooting the tornado,
and then a tomato's gonna come.
It just walks in all angry and then squirts itself ketchup.
This is a Channel 7 weather broadcast emergency system. The following areas are affected by a tomato warning.
After the tomato warning, the giant cat will come down and slay all the dragons. Like, what the hell are we watching?
If you're allergic to lycopene, stay away from the Lower East Side. There's going to be a tomato squirting ketchup everywhere.
Somebody's out there with fries. I'm ready.
I saw it and I just figured I'm hungry, so I come outside and there's a tomato and you can see him right there. There he is, right there.
The camera like pans over really fast and it's shaky, so you can't really see the tomato. It's like that's not real.
Right, all you hear in the background.
I can't get the ketchup out of the bottle. Oh wait, there's a tomato.
How the fuck did this start? Like we went from telling stories to
because of that clear and very light wind.
Okay, all right.
This is the craziest tomato warning we've ever seen. Let's go live to Dan Wonder with our tomato warning coverage. Dan,
I'm just covered in ketchup. I can't move. Yeah. And as you can see, I'm up in the sky. I can't do the joke.
That was a perfect helicopter.
I know.
It was. You guys like slam into the tomato and the camera guy drops the camera. It goes flipping down.
I hate ketchup.
All right.
I'm more of a honey guy in my fries.
How many minutes do we have left? We've killed a lot.
Yeah.
Huh?
9.
Holy shit, Natalie.
Well, I said this is probably gonna be a 2-parter, so
Or 3.
I'll save the vintage true crime and the true crime for next week.
Okay. All right, let's blast.
We're having fun and it's informative. We're letting you guys
we
know.
We can go a little over. Can't
letting
we?
you guys
Let's
know
go a
that
little over.
The night
Finish it out.
Hey, let's ask our listeners. Let us know. Do you think we should stop right at 60 minutes, or do you think you want to hear what we have to say for at least 63 minutes?
63.
We'll go a little over. It's fine.
Okay.
Dear Dan, I wish you guys would shut the fuck up right at 59 minutes and 59 seconds.
App.
And time. One quoted, "This may be the 5th time I've seen a definite UFO. Not the best one to look, but a good one."
Wow.
Yeah. All we could see was a light, no structure. End quote.
Wow.
Yeah. This is a fun one. Oh man, I have a lot more. I don't think we're gonna have time.
Blast through 'em.
Cryptozoology, like all right, cryptozoology Lake Clinch monster. In 1912.
Oh God. No, see, because you
realized
said
that as
it.
I said
and then,
it.
as soon as you said it, we're just gonna kill time
Yeah.
with that.
In 1928, a book called A History of Polk County, M.F. Hetherington documents tales of a huge creature in Lake Clinch. Good. You just go all day with this one. Hetherington wrote, "The Indians many years ago insisted that there was an immense creature in the lake." In 1907, and somebody's going to write, like, it's called Clinch.
You don't get it.
In 1907, residents of Frostproof declared they had seen a monster and that it must be 30 feet long and is said to be a plesiosaur, humpback with long neck and flippers.
Clench up and hold back this 30-foot monster.
Oh my God. They call him the logger.
All right, keep going.
Haunted places, a Spanish military hospital in St. Augustine, Florida.
See, miada. The poop monster. The clinch.
I clean for you. Like a Family Guy. No, it's Family Guy. It's from Family Guy.
All right. Keep going.
Or American Dad. Which one was she in?
Is Family Guy.
Family Guy.
The
Okay.
racist one.
Yeah, they're all like that. It is a replica of the building or the original building near the Spanish Quarter. Served soldiers' needs during the years of 1784 to 1821. Many people were treated, but many died.
33 years.
Thanks, Rain
Yeah,
Man.
fucking wow.
Definitely 36 too thick.
33, yes.
There was an epidemic of yellow fever and many amputations.
That's the worst color fever to have.
There's scarlet fever too.
Mm-hmm. Keep going.
I have magenta fever.
I've got pastel blue fever.
I've got the macaroni fever.
Wait, what?
Royal
They
blue
call the
fever.
one kind macaroni and cheese.
I got the blues.
The blue blocks
The
blues.
blue bugs got out of my kitchen.
I love macaroni and cheese.
Visitors report sick beds sliding across the floor, a foul smell of sulfur, and tortured moans and cries of disembodied souls. During the renovation of the building, the water lines, they're like redoing them. They found piles of human bones underneath the building. Sources say the bones most likely belonged to the
People.
the aliens that were working so hard.
Yeah.
The Timquin
Blorp.
Indian tribe. I'm not sure if that's how you pronounce that.
How do you spell it?
Timcuan. Timquin?
Tim Kwan.
Timquan. Okay. Indian tribe. And the building was constructed directly on top of the burial site. Visitors also say they see objects moving and shaking for no reason. They also see orbs of ectoplasm in photographs. I tried to find those and I couldn't find one online. So if you have one, send it to us.
Scrapes them off the
You
wall.
know, also, if you have ecto coolers, please send those to
God,
me.
yeah.
Why the fuck did they discontinue
They're
that?
so good.
Why the fuck did they discontinue
When
that?
they brought that back for the new Ghostbusters movie, man.
I don't understand why you would
We bought
discontinue
the
like the most.
You know what? I'm going to Google it right now. Is there a homemade ecto cooler recipe?
Now, Juicy Juice makes one that tastes really similar to Ecto Cooler.
But it ain't the same.
It's not the same, but it's real close.
I just don't know why you'd get rid of one of your favorite ones.
Yeah.
And you make all these other shitty ones like Fruit Punch.
Yeah.
Like, dude, Ecto Coolers is
Ecto-Cooler's
shit.
the best. And others sometimes feel overwhelmed and fearful when touring the hospital. Haunted places, Bellamy Bridge in Mariana.
Bill Bellamy.
I was thinking Bellamy from the 100.
Oh, okay. I don't watch that show.
It says here ecto cooler is just tangerine juice and orange juice and lemonade.
I don't know about that. It
I'd
seems
give it a
more
try.
complicated. That taste is very specific.
It's the most delicious drink ever.
And I don't know. But we don't have time. Keep going, Allie.
Okay.
Or else I would just go off on a tangent.
Dan's.
It's so stupid. Why would you get rid of it? It was such a good flavor.
It is a great flavor. It's wonderful.
It's the best high C ever made.
Seriously.
It's definitely the superior box drink.
Okay, very
it's
sophisticated.
Inside. Sorry, guys. Half Mile Trail located just off State Road on 162 in West Florida of the Hippola River near Mariana leads to the Bellamy Bridge, known as Florida's most haunted bridge. Built in 1914, a steel frame bridge is oldest of its kind in Florida. Hikers claim to have seen a ghost woman haunting the bridge. The ghost is said to be that of
Whoa.
beep, 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 that's all, folks. The ghost is said to be that of Elizabeth Jane Bellamy. She is said to have died on her wedding day after her dress caught on fire in 1830. But another legend says she died of an illness. So choose your own adventure.
Man, I hope she died of the illness, not the dress catching
That
on
would
fire.
suck.
That's fucking stupid.
Her husband, Dr. Samuel Bellamy, reported really commit suicide several years later by slitting his throat with a razor.
Damn. It's hardcore.
Yeah, I was like, Jesus.
Hardcore.
I wonder if he handed out tapes.
Oh.
Here's your cassette tape. What is this? You'll know soon enough. Pass this down to your grandkids.
He was just telling everything to his backpack stenographer.
Haunted places. Tate's Hill State Forest. The new state forest acquired by the state in 1994. It's really pretty. I looked it up online. Supposedly named after a local rancher who got lost in the swamp in 1975. When he
Jolly
finally
Rancher.
emerged, emaciated with his hair completely white, he said to remark the first people he encountered, "My name is Sebe Tate, and I just came from hell."
Where they have a really cool salon.
Yeah. I
This
look like
reminded me
Raiden
of
now.
the Crash Test Dummy song. Like I started
Once
humming.
there was a guy who went into the woods and he came out
With
back
white hair.
and hair was always all white. His hair was styled by a demon.
I'm doing a fabulous job on your hair.
They had Cosmo magazine on the table.
I want this style.
Issue number 90. He had already read it. Like, we can keep going.
You could.
Nelly, we got to finish this up.
Okay. I just have a few more, but we'll save the true crimes for next week. Beep, 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 beep. Cryptozoology, the muck monster. A large serpent-like creature seen around Lake Worth Lagoon. Nonprofit lagoon keepers organization members Greg Reynolds and Dan Serrano took a boat to fish. They were trying to fish this like log from the water that was big. They're trying to get it out of there. And the log moved. The two followed it, but whenever they got within about 10 feet or so, it would submerge. They figured a living creature was hiding in the muck, so they shot a video of the monster and then sent it to a local television station, and the muck monster mania was born.
Oh, God.
So there's restaurants with specials named after the muck monster. You can get t-shirts, accessories, the whole thing. So the only video I was able to find was the news video where they were talking about it, and they were like in the lake, and you can see it following something, but it wasn't the original video. I don't know. I thought it would be in like this swamp area. No, it's like by a city, and
Yeah.
I'm like, that's not what I pictured at all when I read this. So it's on YouTube, along with everything else in the world. So haunted items: East Martello Fort in Key West, considered to be one of the most haunted places in Florida, houses Robert the doll. This one's kind of fun. So Robert the doll is a child that the doll is like a little kid, and he's got this little dog in his arms, and there's definitely pictures of this one online. And he's displayed inside the fort in like this curio cabinet, or it's like a plastic case over him.
Yeah.
Robert once belonged to a local artist named Robert Eugene Otto. He received the doll from a servant who worked for his parents. And throughout his lifetime, he would blame the doll for various inexplainable events, such as ransacking his bedroom, making a mess, breaking shit. He often spoke to the doll, which he could hear responding with a different voice. The doll is said to be cursed and possessed, and people that go to see it in the fort say the doll expression changes. And then orbs of light surround it, strange shadows, and other mysterious occurrences have also been witnessed. You are not supposed to take a picture of the doll, and there are signs posted saying that you have to ask Robert permission nicely to take permission, or to take a picture. And the apology letters around Robert are asking for forgiveness from saying mean things to him and taking pics without permission. One letter writes, "Dear Robert, I want to express my deep regret for the things I said while I was visiting you, along with taking your picture without asking." Now, this is the doll, not the artist. You're supposed to ask the doll for permission, just so we're clear. Yeah. It's like, I better explain that. Before meeting you, my life was going okay. Since meeting you, life has gotten very hard for me. I would very much appreciate it if you can release the curse you have on me so I can get on with my life. Thank you so much, Christine, Port St. Lucie.
P.S. You're a real doll.
Yeah.
It'd be a cute doll, but it's got like you can tell it's old, so it's got like
black shit and cracks on it.
Yeah,
stuff.
it's got cracks all over his face, like mess scars.
Fuck
almost.
This doll.
Yeah. He didn't mean that, Robert.
Yeah, right.
Robert, no. He is said to haunt those who disrespect him. He is said to cause car accidents, broken bones, illness, job loss, and even divorce.
You can do. Never mind. Keep going.
Please find it in your heart to forgive me, Robert. Reads another letter. Please make this stop. The real Robert became very infatuated with the doll and gave him his first name because the doll wanted him to.
Pinocchio.
No, he gave him Robert. Excuse me.
What's his last name?
The real Robert had everyone start calling him Gene. So the guy wanted
Eugene.
himself to be called Gene.
Okay.
And the doll told him to do that. So Robert then gave the doll his name. That's what it is. Robert would, the doll would break glass and furniture. The family moved to France and left the doll in a box nailed shut in the attic. Years later, Gene returned to his childhood home with his new wife. He found the doll in the attic and began to play with it again as an adult. He would carry him up and down the street, and he even built Robert a room to size, complete with a bed, tables, chairs, and not like a little doll furniture. But she's not really a small doll. He looks kind of big in the cabinet. I don't know the size though. He sometimes would hear Gene talking. His wife would sometimes hear Gene talking to Robert and laughing at his jokes, sometimes at night. Eventually, Gene insisted that Robert be served first at the dinner table.
What?
Yeah, he's the man of the house, is what he said. In 1974, Gene was found dead in the attic of his home. Robert was on top of him with his hands around his neck.
Oh, wow.
After Gene's death, his wife leased the house and moved back to France, and she left the doll there. Her lease stipulated that Robert be the sole occupant of the attic. One day, the new owners awoke to find Robert in their room sitting on a kitchen knife. They even took him to the Fort East Martello Museum, where he is under the care of, I think it's Convertito is the guy's name. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right. Every year, tens of thousands of people pay to see Robert, and the doll is inspired by the Child's Play movies.
Wow. Throw this thing away.
Or he inspired the Child's Play movies. And the owner of the museum says that they have a good relationship, and he's never had any problems with Robert.
We're really good with him, He's
nice.
We
We serve him first at the dinner table.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Yeah. So I think...
Boy, he hates carrots.
You tell him to eat his vegetables, and he'll curse you. For the
Here's
rest
some
of his
carrots.
life.
Oh no, I forgot. My ass is on fire.
Yeah, I've always seen that doll like in, you see it in scary pictures, like when you're looking at dumbass Annabelle. But that's like they're like the two most haunted dolls in the world, and I think there's another one too.
Or they're just dolls and people are superstitious.
Well, he
stupid.
did kill his owner with his hands around his neck.
That was fucking staged.
What if
Was it staged?
Yes.
Okay.
What if he got one of those like realistic sex dolls and they found him dead with the doll choking him? Like, how do we file this one?
We'll just say it's haunted.
Yeah, he named her and everything. Oh, he never cleaned her out.
Oh.
Oh, was that too real for you?
I'm done.
Oh, take her to the car wash.
He's just knocking parts off of her.
That was my favorite part.
Not that one.
Ew! Stop! I don't like it. I don't like it.
All right.
Oh.
How many stories you got left?
That's it. Well, we'll finish up next week because we'll do the true crimes.
I like Florida.
Well, how many are left?
I don't have any more. I just have the true crime, but I'm going to do it next week because I have another one to go with it.
But then what are we going to talk about next week? All right, Lorraine.
There's something wrong with me.
We can talk about the doll some more.
No, next week we're talking vintage true crime, and then I have the other Florida crime.
Okay, so we're not doing a state next week?
We're doing Florida vintage true crime and Florida most notorious serial killers.
So this was supposed to be a two-parter in the first place.
Yep.
No.
I'm confused.
Because here at Don't Look Under the Bed podcast for all things comedy and horror, everything always goes exactly as planned.
Yeah, we're so scripted.
All right, we'll finish this up next week, as Natalie said. So, hey Vance.
Yeah, Dan.
How can people get a hold of us? Send us email and talk to us. Give us money. Give them some funny. Give us email. Yeah.
Damn, that was really good. Did you just make that up?
Made it up.
You and Robert wrote that, didn't you?
Yeah, he got served first. He had to proofread it. What a fucking dumb thing to do. I'm sorry. I'm gonna tell my friends about this after I leave here today because it's game day.
Well, Dan,
Game day.
the best way to get a hold of us is email us at don'tlookunderthebedpodcast@gmail.com. You can also get at
It smells
us
like
on
pumpkins down here.
Oh, I hope so.
Do you smell that?
Pumpkin spice and everything nice.
No, it doesn't.
Oh my eye.
What the fuck? Holy shit, that was funny. Are you okay? Oh my god. I'm sorry I'm laughing, but it was good.
Are you crying and laughing?
She said, what, did you hit it on the microphone?
Oh my god.
Did you see her face when she flipped? She was like, she went, oh my eye.
What if the doll ran by and
I
punched
just looked
her?
it up too. At the same time, it's true.
Oh, fuck that.
I
Noah.
should have served him breakfast first.
I die on the way.
Told
to
you
my
I'd go by
friend's house.
Bob.
No, my eye wouldn't shut right. Like my eyelid flipped.
Hey, Dan.
Yeah.
Oh my
How
God.
can people get a hold of us?
Dude, I don't know. Fuck this. They can reach us at how can people get a hold of us, fans?
Don't Look Under That Podcast at gmail.com. Our website is don'tlookunderthebed.net. You can holler at us on Twitter at DLUTB. That's short for Don't Look Under the Bed. Also, Facebook, Don't Look Under the Bed Podcast. If you like what we're doing here, you want to help us out with it, you can definitely donate at Patreon/DLUTB. Also, we are on Podbean, which we're getting some new followers on. Spotify, iTunes. Stop in iTunes and give us a goddamn 5-star rating.
I'm a 5-star man.
It only takes a minute.
I'm a Dapper Dan man.
I'm a Dapper Dan man myself. I want to sit here and I want to thank each and every single one of yous. Can you guys get off your phones while I do this?
No, I'm trying to look at it. The Podbean, but I'm done.
I thought you hit your eye on the microphone.
No, my eyelid I went to blink and my eyelid flipped down.
You were like pumpkin spice and everything. Like, oh my God, my eye! It was really funny.
It really hurt, but I was laughing so hard I couldn't get through the pain.
I can get through the pain.
Dang, man, I gotta pee.
I'm a Dapper Dan man. I gotta pee too. I want to thank every single one of you listeners out there, and you know who you are because you listen to the podcast. So, seriously, from the bottom of my toenails, I want to.
Oh, gross! Now we've lost all of our listeners. Oh my God,
Sir, they're losing at an alarming rate. No, at the bottom of my heart, I want to thank every single one of you. Sorry, Brandon, we couldn't get a hold of you.
He just texted me.
What did he say?
Let's call him. We
Okay.
have time?
Yeah, that's fine. Fuck it.
and Daniel, when we lose people because they're looking under your toenails, you cut them off and they boomerang them back to you. I'll get you. Ow, my eye.
Your call is forwarded.
Oh, man.
Did he tell us to call him?
He hit the fuck you button.
All right. Well, that's Don't Look Under the Bed podcast for all things comedy and horror, and not Brandon or Nick.
Ooh.
Nick's gone. For today, I
I
don't.
wonder if they're hanging out.
Yeah, they're calling each other. I want to say thanks again, and once again, I'm one of your podcasting hosts, Dan Wonder. Next to me is
Natalie Rose.
next to her is
Vinny Rose.
Nick's on assignment. We'll see you guys next week in the future. Bye.
Bye.